Should you go to community college or should you go to a university? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. And why in the world should you listen to me when it comes to this? My name's Ryan, and I actually am a community college dropout. I literally dropped out of community college after less than one semester. And I took like the easiest classes ever, including a bowling class where I literally had to show up and go bowling at a bowling alley on Saturday mornings to get college credit. And I still dropped out, okay? Then on the other side of the coin, I attended a university and I earned an entire bachelor's degree in just 9 months. Literally 9 months, finished my entire bachelor's degree. So I've experienced both. I've sat in a classroom with a community college and I've accelerated a degree at a university, and I can kind of compare those pros and cons and help you decide what's going to be the best fit for you and your personal situation. If that sounds good, then let's dive in. Hi, I'm Ryan Swayt, and I used to be a 2-time college dropout, making just $12 an hour. Then I learned how to hack college and earned an entire bachelor's degree in 9 months flat. Subscribe to my channel and I'll show you how. All right, so community college or university. Let's start with community college. There are pros and cons to both, okay? Now, the most common reasons people go to community college is number one, it's cheaper, okay? A university generally costs between $10,000 and $30,000 a year in tuition. A community college generally costs between $5,000 and $10,000 a year in tuition, okay? So that's number one. Community college is less expensive than like actually attending college at an in-state college or an out-of-state college. But what I will say is that times are changing and there are a lot of online universities that are just as cheap as community college. So that kind of makes it a little bit harder to make the decision because you can attend some pretty high quality universities with their online programs for really, really inexpensive. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, number two, the second reason people choose community college over universities is because it's simple. Universities are harder to get into. Okay, so if you didn't get really good grades in high school and you apply for local universities in your area, sometimes you're not going to get in. And community college is really, really easy to get in. So a lot of people basically use community college as a stepping stone to get into a university. Now, community colleges generally only offer associate's degrees, not bachelor's degrees. So what a lot of people do is they'll go to community college, get their associate's degree, and then go transfer into basically a 4-year university, try to get a bachelor's or a master's degree. Now, there is some danger in this, and let me show you why. Let's jump over to my computer screen, and let me show you this, okay? Now, this is a pretty cool graphic that basically lays out how long it actually takes to get a 2-year degree from a community college. And as you can see here, 13% of students who enroll in community college actually graduate in 2 years, okay? Now, 22% take 3 years, and 27% take 4 years to get a 2-year degree, okay? And then there are other students that take even longer than this. So when you're enrolling in community college, this is really, really important to know. It most likely will not take you 2 years to get this degree. It'll take you 3 to 4 years to get your associate's degree at a community college. Okay, so that's something to really, really keep in mind. Now, community colleges can be good because they have smaller classroom sizes. You can get more one-on-one with the teacher, but you can also get that with online schools, right? You can book Zoom calls with your teachers. You can talk to tutors on the phone offered by your college. So there are a lot of ways to still get one-on-one help, even without going to a community college. Now, the advantages of a 4-year college are, well, when you attend a four-year college and you can get into a four-year college, you generally transferring schools back and forth and back and forth. Sometimes you lose credits and you can waste time transferring from one school to another because you take classes that didn't transfer and you essentially lose all that work that you've already done. So if you jump straight into a university, it helps you avoid that. Okay. Another good advantage of going into a university is you kind of have a clearer sense of direction. You start working towards a bachelor's degree, and everything you do is going towards getting that bachelor's degree. Instead of going to get one associate's degree in one subject and then transferring over and maybe going into a different subject, it's basically you kind of have a more focused mind because you're working for 4 years, you're working towards that same goal. Now, having said that, it can be more expensive. Like I said, $10,000 to $30,000. But there is another advantage. Universities generally have better teachers. Okay. Community colleges usually are staffed with teachers that could not get hired at better universities. That's not always the case. Some people want to work at a university that's really close to their home, but they're wonderful teachers. Some are, about to retire and they want to transfer and work with kids that are having a harder time in school. But most of the time, universities are going to have better teachers. Okay. Now, there are pros and cons to both, but let me give you an alternative. Okay. An alternative is to attend a university, but to attend the university online and accelerate your degree so that you're not in school for many, many years. The average bachelor's degree at a university, I just took you over to my screen and I showed you the average amount of time it takes to get an associate's degree. The average bachelor's degree is more than 6 years. Most universities to get a bachelor's degree takes more than 6 years and like over $90,000. Okay. But there is an alternative. You enroll in a university, number one. And number two is you test out of your classes. Instead of sitting through lectures and doing homework assignments and being in a classroom and writing tons of little essays and doing tons of science experiments and little projects and group projects and all of the fluff that comes with college, you literally skip all of that. You figure out what you need to learn, you learn it, and you take an exam. The cool thing about that is there are a lot of universities across the country where they basically allow you to test out of classes. They have programs where if you pass an exam, you get credit for an entire class. So you can essentially just study for that exam, take the exam, get credit. The cool thing is if you finish that exam in a day, you've literally just finished an entire college class in a day instead of being enrolled for 4 to 6 months. So you can do this really, really fast. I did this myself, graduated in 9 months. Now, if you want to know how to do this, it's what I call degree hacking. I'm going to leave a link down below to basically show you step-by-step how to hack college and graduate faster. I've got a video that literally walks you through the 3-step process of degree hacking, how to graduate faster, and essentially get your degree in months instead of years, and pay way, way less money in tuition. Out of pocket, I actually paid about $200 for my entire degree. Click the link in the description to watch that video. Now, here's my voice of warning. If you're weighing out community college or university, I will tell you, do not go to community college. 20 to 30 years ago, it was a good idea. It was a better alternative because you could go and finish those first few years cheaper and then transfer to a bigger, better school. Now, especially post-pandemic, we had this pandemic. Now we're past the pandemic. Guess what? Colleges could not allow students on campus for over a year. So colleges, universities, they dumped tons of money into making their online programs better and cheaper so that you can attend a legitimate university online instead of paying tens of thousands of dollars to go sit in a classroom on campus and attend the same university. So keep that in mind. Now, if you're like, okay, you're right, I shouldn't do community college, let's skip ahead, go to the university. When you get to university, test out of your classes. It's so much easier. You got to just make sure that the university you have selected allows you to test out of classes, and that the degree you've chosen allows you to test out of classes as well. And I have a lot more information about that in that free video down below in the video description. Click that link, watch the video. It's free, no strings attached, and can help you graduate way faster. I hope this video has helped kind of give you some ideas of whether you should go to community college or university. I highly recommend going to a university, like a good, highly accredited university, but accelerating your degree at the university. I hope this helps. Watch the free video down below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave comments and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more videos just like this. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.